Hi everybody, it's Julie and I'm here with another segment of the May Mayhem 2020 Junk Journal Challenge. Elements, we are going to be making our fancy closure. We're supposed to do something amazing. Now I went ahead and I have put my closure inside the binding here. So it is glued in there very, very well. I used this lace with the burlap, and so we're going to go ahead and do something with that. We're also going to do something with the spine and maybe just a little something with the cover. The consensus was that the cover is actually pretty cool just like it is. So let's go ahead and we're going to be doing that. So if you are new here, hi, I'm Julie. I'm the CEO and Queen Creator here at dearJulieJulie and dearJulieJulie DIY. I'd like to welcome you if you like junk journal, using old stuff and new stuff. This might be the place for you. We'd love to have you subscribe and hang around. If you're here for the premiere, I'm waving. Hi. And we use a premiere format right now because we're home, and many people are struggling to get onto the internet and hold it for a live video. So we do the premieres and I'm able to be live in the chat. So it's pretty darn cool. So here we go. Each month we do a challenge. We'll have a new challenge starting June 1st. This one finishes May 31st, so there's still time that you could join us. And so let's go ahead and start with the closure. So what I thought I would do is that I would just decorate this area right here on my fancy closure. Okay, so I've shown you some fancy closures that I've done before using a necklace, just a variety of other things. And yes, our journal is pretty chunky here. So I thought what we do is we just add like a charm dangle here and to decorate this up. And I have a bulb pin. Yay, bulb pin. And we've been using this really cool key. Let's see. So let's grab one of these pretty keys. And we've been using these pretty bling baubles. So there we go. And we can go ahead and just simply add that right here to the edge of our book. Okay, and just go ahead and clamp it on there. There we go. Okay, and so that will give us something. It will dangle here along with that. You know, I think we might want one of the dangly beads along with it. So go ahead and take this off. And this is a broken bracelet that also had some of these little dangly beads on it. And I lost, oh, it's in my hand. I lost the key. No, I didn't. And then I have the blingy bead here. Okay. And here we go. So I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. We had a very relaxing, although we were working, it was still very relaxing and great weekend. Okay, so there, that will give me my fancy closure. I could also go ahead and add some down here at the bottom. And, well, let's see what we think of that. Okay, and for me, junk journaling is a lot of trial and error. It's okay, I wonder if that's going to work, and I'll try it. And sometimes it does, and sometimes, yeah, not so much. But I do enjoy the trying. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so that'll give me a dangle at the bottom as well. You can have them be different or the same. I chose this time to do the same. And then my closure here is just going to be a bow. Okay, so just a bow with this great ribbon that is black lace over burlap. It was gifted to me. This black lace over burlap was Happy Mail. So there we go. There. And could go ahead and add some to this one as well. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do a tassel, but I found myself with several things left. And I was like, well, we can go ahead and do a tassel. So we have this little key and our pretty blingy bead. And we'll just attach it down here. Okay, so that gets those to hang off. And we did use those on the bottom, the signature ties, so they do match. They do match that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and let's decorate the outside edge. And for me, at my house, this is what you see because my journals are usually in a shelf. And so that's why I like to do some sort of a tassel. Now, I have, can you believe we still have some of this? Yeah, I think we'll use this piece. So we still have some of this doily. We have been using this for months and still have some. I know I used it in January in the Just Junk Journal Challenge number 2. And I used that for the tassel, part of the tassel. I used it all through that journal. That was the garden journal that I made and I am using, and I am, oh my gosh, I love it. I worked in it while we were at the cabin this weekend, and I love the way it's turning out. So there, I've just gone ahead and ripped some of the ribbon like I was using in this journal. And so we'll add that. Then I had this trim, and it just kind of made me think of this journal, so I pulled it out. Whoops, sorry about that. So here, go ahead and put some of that on there. Okay, now we have this fabric that I used, and this is the piece that I did the stitching on. I don't think we can rip it with the stitching on it. We'll try this piece. Oh, it did rip. Okay, those are too short, but well, hopefully this will work. Because I like the smaller pieces for the tassel. Okay. So there's pieces. And I'm not going to use any pieces of the actual fabric because it's really bulky and I just don't think it will work. I wonder about, I did use this throughout the journal, but I don't like the way it looks with that. So I have this piece of lace and we did use some of this in the journal. So we'll just go ahead and this also was, it was a band around, I think it was around one of the flow journals that was given to me. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut that. Okay. Maybe another piece of this. Okay, we got to give it a start and then pull. And you, the thing about ripping is you get that soft edge. Whoa, it's really fraying. I'm afraid so. But there's that. And then we can go ahead and put a little bit of gold. We did use gold throughout this journal. And sometimes I'll pull out stuff in the beginning and then it doesn't end up matching. So it's like, oh yeah, I pulled that out, but it doesn't really match. Then I had this jute pieces. They were tied in a loose knot. And I thought, well, we can put some of that in there. Okay, so this is what we've got for our fluffy tassel. And so we need something to put it on, and I am still have some of these white rings from my mom's stash. Okay, that did not go through, so we'll put the gold through. Okay. So we can go ahead and figure out what angle we want. I'm thinking right like that. Okay. It's a very stringy tassel. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and tie it with, we'll tie it off with this. So this time, tassel was not a requirement, but they're a lot of fun. And again, I like to have them on journals because they identify for me what is going on. And what the subject of the journal is, or how to differentiate between this journal and that journal, I can tell at my house by the spine. Okay, so I'm just going to take this around and I'm going to tuck it under. Okay, so it's just tucked underneath. And there we have our tassel. Okay. And now we might want to add some of the things to it like we've been adding. And so we've been doing the silver key, and I like to mix my metals. I think this is really kind of cool, and this is really pretty too. So 2 of those. Did I already use the other one? That is really pretty. It was an earring. I think that was my mom's. And so I think we'll put that right here. And we'll go ahead and pull the earring back towards us. Okay. There, so that gives us that little dangle. Love it. And then I love the bulb pins because you can use them for so many things. Okay, so just simply for making a charm like we're making here, like we've been making with our key and our bling and our bling. Okay, and we can, I don't think we need the double bling. So we can go ahead and attach that up there, but I think it is going to be it's gonna look cooler on the tassel. So we're gonna hang that down here on the bottom. Okay, so that'll hang down, and this we can probably tie in. So we have some of the jute twine. That's why sometimes it's nice to have some smaller pieces that you can just go ahead and tie off. Okay, so we got that. Then I had a couple of these, and let's go ahead and close this up. Okay, so we'll close this up. This is part of the 1919 French Fashionista digital kit. And if we go ahead and grab one of maybe the little bead. Okay, so one of the little beads and a bulb pin. And we can go ahead and attach this right onto the fabric. There we go. Okay, so that gives us kind of like a little charm. We got all kinds of little danglies here. Okay. Another thing you can do with these is you can treat it like it's a charm, and it will just give you some more texture. Is you can go ahead and grab one of the jute strings and tie that in. Okay, so that gives us that. And we've got 2 more, so let's go ahead. Don't be afraid to try things. Another thing is that I like to use things up. I like to, if this was, I use the rest of that piece in there, but I had the little pieces left over. So why not use them? Very much about using up whatever I can. All the little pieces, which is a good thing, and it can be a bad thing, because it's like then you don't go through the rest of your stuff as fast because you use all your little things. But if you're new and you don't have a whole bunch of stuff, then it might be a really good thing. Okay, so there's our tassel. Okay, and then I thought the other thing that I would do for this particular journal is I have this button, and I thought it might be kind of fun to hang something on that button. So I have this image, and I thought, oh, well, we have the image, and we are trying to use, so I thought we could make a big charm that will hang on the edge of the book. Okay, so this is it's gonna be a big charm that hangs on the edge of the book, and I just had an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but okay. So we're just gonna go around the outside of this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. This is I don't even know where I got this bag full of cut-off pieces, and I think it came in Happy Mail, I think. And so, okay, so I have that, but I really think I want the brown Eiffel Tower, which is kind of a bummer because it means I have to go through all that to get to the brown Eiffel Tower. But, if that's what I want, that's what I want. I'll use it in the mini challenge and the challenge later today. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to rip that off so it's not in her face. Okay. And go ahead and let it come around. Okay. Now, in order to make it a we do have this piece that would look cool. And then put on, you know what, I think we'll just leave it at that. Okay, I'm thinking that I don't need this edge because I've covered most of the edge on this side. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use my postal scissors, and I'm going to cut across. Okay, and that way when I fold this over, I'll have that postal edge is what you'll see on the other side. Okay, so we've got that. So now let's come in with the other scissors. Okay, and then we have that jute string. Okay. Okay, let's try 2 pieces of it. Okay. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that we go ahead and hang this from the jute string, and then we'll just be able to hang this little charm from the button. Okay. Now we just have to decide if we want to, what we want to use to hang it. I kind of like the gold with the jute string. So let's go with the gold. Okay. Okay, so a couple ways we can do this. We can do this with some double-sided tape. Lots of things you can use double-sided tape for in junk journaling. I highly recommend it for some of those things that are hard to get to stay in place. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna go around and come back just like that. Okay, now I have an idea. Pull it up off the double-sided tape. Even those sides out. Put this in. Pick it up. Use stapler. Okay, so I have attached it to the flap, and then I can go ahead and put it down. Okay. Okay, so a little more double-sided tape. And I don't have the fabric tack. It's still, it's, apparently I didn't unpack it. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this will go, and it'll just go right over the button. Okay, so it'll go over the button, and then, let's see. I don't know, I wanted these to come out. I wonder if we take these apart, if I like that better. Okay, so don't forget, you can always fray your strings and things. So I'm separating the jute string. By just twirling it backwards from the way that it's connected. Okay, so let's see. Okay, and then I think we'll just cut these shorter. And there we go. Okay, so that is my charm to hang off the side. And then I also have this. So we have both. I'm now thinking that I want this as part of that, but we'll put this on the bow, or on the button. And down behind that button. And then we'll attach this up at the very, very top. And kind of in the front. Okay. And I did not put a hole in for this one, but I wasn't real worried about it because we have this great tapestry fabric. Okay, so she can go behind the buttons. And so this is what we've got there. Okay, and it does, this journal does stand up on its own. So another thing that you can do is you can just go ahead and add a little dangle across. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to try with some of the leftover. Okay, so there's our key. Okay, and we need our dangle bead that we've been using. This is just to show you another thing that you can, decoration that you can add. Okay. So that gives me those two pieces. And of course we could go ahead and, I think we had another one of those small, yeah, the other little envelope. Okay, so this is from the mini ephemera part of the digital kit that I used in this journal. So we can go ahead and just fold it up. Okay, and you can glue it down, of course. And you could even put a secret note in here. Okay, let's go with that. So let's take this off and this off. And we'll go ahead and, you know what, we're going to use our, sometimes I don't want to rip it, so I'm going to use my little push pin and this, and just push it through. Push it through. That'll give me my two places to put this through. Okay, so I want it to go on, and okay, so I just want to make sure that it's going to be facing in the right direction. So put that through. that through. There we go. Down. Okay, so now it's going to lay across there as well. So we're just making this little charm. Okay, we're going to lay that across. And then we are going to go with our last piece of the gold. Remember, these are just the little pieces I just cut off of the go in and through. There we go. Oh, let's try the other side. Sorry. There we go. Okay. And I want that to be behind and this to be behind. So there's my charm. And then what I'm going to do, whoop, this is make a mess. I'm going to go across the top up here and just grab myself some fabric, come across, and there. You can just attach that, and that gives us a little charm on the cover. And of course we could have done that here. That could have been our fancy closure. But there is our little charm and our tassel and our button charm. And you don't have to leave that, but I think it's kind of fun. Or we could just put it as part of can just become part of the tassel. Okay. So there we go. There we go. She doesn't want to peek out. There we go. I love it. I love it. It just looks like it's ready, to me, it looks like it's ready to tell a story. And so I hope that you have enjoyed this this challenge. I do have a couple more things that I will be adding during the flip through, just because there's some pockets without pages, but I'm going to be using really lightweight pieces because of course we're already pretty chunky. So what was your favorite, and are you making a tassel? It's not required this time, but I would love to know if you're making a tassel for your journal. And did you come up with a closure? And of course, what do you think of the charm? So find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for being here and watch one of these videos because YouTube really likes that. So thank you again. Have an amazing day. I'll see you at 4 o'clock and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.